Hello friends, welcome. Friends, today I am going to talk about a very important topic which is about blocking your stolen mobile handset. Now friends, this feature of blocking your stolen mobile handset, somebody may be aware of, somebody may not be aware of, but that is not what the point is. It is not a video to make yourself aware of this feature which DOT has launched in the middle of 2023. Now friends, why I am doing this video today is to make you aware that what is the capability of this current feature, what improvements are possible, and how this feature can be used to leverage many other advantages that is more than just the blocking of stolen handset. That is the whole objective of this video. Now friends, this video could have been very technical, and because this is a highly technical subject. Now many of you who are listening to this video may not be technical, may not have an engineering background, may not have any idea of how the mobile system works. Now, since I have worked in this initiative from the very beginning, therefore I have first-hand experience and understanding of this subject matter. That is why what my main objective of mine would be to simplify this for the layman so that the layman can understand how this system can be used and what kind of possibilities that exist to further improve this system to leverage more advantages, and what are those advantages. That is the whole objective of this video. Now friends, just to be upfront, I am not a professional YouTube channel yet. My own objective is to convey very technical issues in a simple, as much as possible manner without getting into deep technical jargons, so as to convey the message to the layman as much as simply as possible, because it impacts our lives. That's the whole objective of the video. Therefore, you will not find any glossy whiz in my video. Nothing, no commercial stuff in my YouTube channel. My aim is to convey very complicated stuff in very simple manner, which you will not find anywhere. That I can guarantee you. Very difficult to explain this simple thing because people are not aware, right? Those people who are, you can say most knowledgeable, they will kind of talk to you in technical terms, which will be very difficult to understand. So let me simplify this first. Now friends, before I simplify this whole subject, I will like to bring a very simple concept and very important concept. How do you identify an individual? For example, the government of India has come out with an Aadhaar scheme. What is the purpose of Aadhaar? Every individual has a number, and that number is unique, isn't it? Right? That's how you are identified, individually identified. Similarly, with mobile, there is a number. It is almost similar to an Aadhaar number, which is called IMEI. And that number is unique. Once you have a unique number assigned to a particular mobile and there are no duplicates possible, then what you can do? You can identify the mobile which is indulging in illegal activity. If somebody has stolen the handset and it is using that handset in some other network, you can identify it and block it. That's the simple concept. Okay? Nothing more than that. Now friends, if I tell you that the system that we have, the mobile system that we have, is not what we have as an Aadhaar system where every individual has a unique identity. There are some mobiles and many mobiles with cloned identity. Means there are duplicate IMEI numbers. Now in a system like that, how will you identify and block a stolen mobile handset? That's the whole point about this video, because we do not have an ideal system. So what I will do friends, in order to basically give you an idea, what I have done is I have created a pie chart. In this pie chart, I have the whole universe of mobile devices. So you will find that there are some mobile with unique IMEI numbers, and I'll tell you what IMEI is, right? I'll give you a brief overview of IMEI. And then there are some devices with cloned IMEI numbers. And out of this cloned IMEI numbers, out of this whitelist, unique IMEI numbers, we have to identify who to block, who is indulging in illegal activity. That is the sole purpose, right? Now, let's talk about what is IMEI. So this is a GSMA. GSMA is an organization which is a custodian of IMEI. Whoever is manufacturing mobile phones, has to apply to GSMA or its reporting body to get an IMEI block of IMEI numbers, so that those can be assigned to the mobile devices, so that every mobile system that is functioning in this world, not in just in India, has a unique IMEI number. Now this is how an IMEI number looks, right? There are multiple digits. This is a 15 digit block, and every digit has got a purpose. Non-technical people should not be getting into what these digits do. I am not interested in but what I am interested in to tell you is that when you have a 15 digit IMEI number, right, which is called International Mobile Equipment Identifier, almost like Aadhaar number, which I explained, every number, every bit, or every block of bits, or you can say, every set of bits have a certain functionality, and these functionality kind of identifies these features: device identification, hardware information, operating system, network protocol, 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, Wi-Fi, VoIFi, etc., browser, multimedia, etc. So these, looking at this, you can tell what kind of device is, who is the manufacturer, everything can be told, right? Now friends, let's get back to the same pie chart which we were discussing. This pie chart, we have got cloned IMEI numbers, right? Now, if somebody reports that my handset has been stolen, I'm just giving an example. My handset has been stolen and I have an handset with 1000 cloned IMEI numbers. What does it mean? Multiple IMEI numbers cloned. How do you block a system like that? Right? It is impossible to block a system, because if a IMEI number which is being reported by the Sanchar Saathi system, which is the system which the government of India has come out with, look at this. I'll just show you the Sanchar Saathi system. This is to block stolen mobile handset. What you have to do here, you have to enter the IMEI number right here, and then you can block it. But if you have multiple clone devices, then when you enter an IMEI number here, then other IMEI device holders of IMEI number will also get blocked. So how do you prevent that? Now, before I tell you the solution, I would like to basically point to the fact that why this IMEI number got cloned in the first place. Because you need to understand the history. Without understanding the history, we can't understand the present and we can't plan for the future. That is as simple as that. So let's go into the history, for which you need to go to my article. I always do. I write an article to synthesize my thoughts. Otherwise, my thoughts will get haywire and I will not be able to deliver any value, and my viewers are going to waste their time, right? You can go through this article. I'm going to paste the link of this article in the description. But what I want to do, and I'm going to lay it just in this video upfront to tell you that how this problem started of cloned IMEI numbers. Now, friends, what happens is that when the whole thing started, because mobile equipment, and the mobile system is almost like 25 years, right? In India, the whole thing started in 1995. It is actually more than 25 years, right? The devices were all over the place. Now, in the beginning, the system was not that robust. There were no much care used to be taken to ensure that each and every IMEI number is properly assigned. There is no pilferage. Nobody entered the system with an illegal IMEI number. Nothing was like that. There were a lot of handsets which used to be brought from China and elsewhere of the country, and they used to have zero IMEI numbers. Means there were nothing assigned. The field where the IMEI number has to be embedded was all zeros. And this problem actually got identified, and in June 2009, DOT issued a ultimatum to the mobile operators and the device manufacturers that they need to reprogram those devices with zero IMEI numbers with legitimate IMEI numbers. That was the campaign which started in 2009-2008 timeframe, because the security agencies got hassled because they were not able to identify those terrorists, those criminals who were carrying zero IMEI numbers, because there are multiple people with zero IMEI numbers and who to catch when a crime has been committed. So what happened was that COI, the whole initiative was undertaken under the organization called COI, which is Cellular India Association organization, and they were anchoring this whole initiative throughout the country. So what does it mean? Suppose, let's say, if you have a phone with zero IMEI numbers, then the messages were sent to your device, or there was a public advertisement campaign which was run to tell you that you please go to this agency, because there were multiple agencies with know-how how to reprogram the handset with genuine IMEI numbers. All over the place, all over the country, you used to go, you pay a certain amount, which is rupees 199, and get your device reprogrammed. Then only you were allowed to enter the market. So what happened? Because of this, multiple people got to the knowledge of programming a device with IMEI numbers, with a knowledge which was not there so ubiquitous earlier. That knowledge became widespread and prevalent. Everybody knew how to program a handset with an IMEI number. That led to all these illegal activities, because there could be manufacturers who don't want to take an IMEI lot from GSMA because they want the whole system to be circumvented, because they are producing illegal devices. They are not paying royalties, etc. So because of that, what happened was this whole thing became so difficult to manage. Then there were multiple devices in the market with cloned IMEI numbers. That is the reason why you see today this universe. This is not accurately painted. This is not to scale. I'm just basically, for the point of a representation, I'm saying that there are a lot of cloned IMEI numbers or devices with cloned IMEI numbers in the system. That's how the whole system became, seeded with all these polluted devices. That's how it happened. So what happens is that when you file an application using this Sanchar Saathi application, right, portal, which I showed you right now, here is the Sanchar Saathi application portal. When you file an application, then what happens is a specific device, a device which is, suppose, let's say if your device is stolen, then that device, if it has a unique IMEI number, then only that device can be identified and taken out of the system. Not a cloned IMEI number, because if you do so, then other users who do not have the problem of stolen handset and you block the IMEI number from their system, the other devices are also going to get blocked. That is not a desirable outcome, and that is why I was saying, I mentioned in the initial part of my presentation itself, that this blocking of stolen mobile handset may not be that robust. They could have figured out a software means of identified cloned, illegal IMEI number from the cloned IMEI number, but I don't think that it is a robust system, and let me tell you why. Let me explain to you why. In order for you to identify, again let me go to the pie chart. In order for you to identify a device uniquely in the system, you need to have a number. Almost similar to Aadhaar. I am repeating Aadhaar because everybody is aware of Aadhaar. You need to identify the device using a number. Now, if the IMEI number is unique, no problem, you can identify it. But if it is cloned, then you have to somehow create a number for these cloned devices which are unique. How do you do that? So for that, there is a mechanism in place, and let me explain this mechanism. So what happened was that if you look at devices, there is another number called IMSI, International Mobile Subscriber Identity Number. This sits on top of the IMEI number. Now, the IMEI number is a device identification number. This is an operator identification number. Means every user within the operator is identified by this number, right? So there are two pieces of it. One is device identification number, which is IMEI. Another is the operator user identification number. Now, if you are going to bind these two numbers together, then even if the IMEI number is duplicated, and if and definitely the international mobile subscriber identity number is unique, then this whole combination of these two numbers, IMEI number plus IMSI number, is going to become a unique number, isn't it? Right? In this way, you can very easily identify those cloned IMEI numbers within the system by binding them to IMSI by creating a system called pairing. And using this pairing, you can have a system which is foolproof from the point of view of identifying a illegal user or an illegal miscreant who has stolen the handset or is indulging in any kind of illegal activities, right? You can do that. But there is another problem. Let me explain the problem. Now, if you are going to create a binding like this of IMEI and IMSI, then what happens is that, let's say if I have a phone, I have an IMSI. IMSI means that I am binded to a particular operator with a particular SIM. Any specific SIM, I am binded. Now, I want to change my device. So I want to gift my device to somebody else, or I want to change an operator. So this binding has to be broken, isn't it? Binding has to be broken. So how will you break the binding without involving the system which is managing this whole IMEI number? Right? Identification, blocking, and other things. So there has to be a system in place which the utility has set up, through which this whole system, whole mechanism is running, right? The CIR system is running on that. There's an integrated system. So that system has to be told that, look, I want to break this pairing. Now I want to change my SIM. I want to change my operator. So that way you have to tell the system that please break my pairing and give me a new pairing. There is no system in place today in India which does that. This system does not do that, right? It does not allow a pairing to be established, nor it does, break the pairing. So there is nothing like that. Because there is no system in place which creates a pairing like this of the IMEI and the IMSI number, or doesn't manage the pairing when the pairing is broken. Therefore, this universe of cloned but legal IMEI numbers remains in place. So if, let's say, if you are reporting a stolen handset, and if you are unfortunate, it falls within this particular domain of universe, then it becomes very difficult to trace those handsets. Understood? So that is where the problem of this overall system is. This system is not yet foolproof for detecting and blocking of stolen IMEI numbers. Now, in future, you can actually establish a system like that. Because what will happen is that if you are going to create this binding over a period of time, what will happen? That as new devices enter the market, genuine devices enter the market, this particular universe is going to evaporate, and it is going to shrink with time. So you will be left with only white list. So our main focus should be to prevent expansion of this system. And that is where there is a term called ring fencing. You ring fence the cloned devices in such a way that there is no way a cloned devices enter the market which already exists. I think that is possible, and they might have implemented it because it is easy to monitor that. Because if you look at the overall system, or the system looks something like this. We have operators databases where the IMEI numbers are managed. Reliance Jio Bharti, Vodafone Idea, BSNL, all feeding into the central database. So even if there is a cloned IMEI number, it goes to the central database. So if somebody brings a new device with a cloned IMEI number, then his identity or that cloned IMEI number will consider an addition into the system. But again, this is not foolproof. Let me explain why. Let's say if I have a 2G device, right, feature phone, and somehow I get an illegal handset, a stolen handset, which is a 5G handset. Let's say I did that. And what I do, I go to those people who are technically capable of embedding a new IMEI number, which I explained earlier. And I said that, look, this device, 2G device that I'm holding in my hand is no longer in use. I'm going to throw it away. Please take out this IMEI number of this device and put it in this stolen handset device, right? So then this whole universe of cloned IMEI number with the same IMEI number is going to not expand beyond that number, whatever exists, because what I've done is that I've just taken out this IMEI number of the 2G device and embedded into the new stolen 5G device, right? That is a way to circumvent it. But there is another mechanism to prevent that circumvention, is because of the feature which I mentioned here. If you see, what did I say in the beginning part of my discussion? The IMEI number tells us whether it's 2G, 3G, 4G, LTE, VoLTE, Wi-Fi. Everything is clearly established by the IMEI number. Now, if you are going to embed an IMEI number of a 2G handset over an LTE handset which is seeking LTE services or 5G services, then the operator will come to know that a 2G device is seeking 5G service, right? So therefore, it will basically become a problem. And that the operator will be able to tell that, look, this is an illegal device. Now I am not sure whether the operator has implemented such a system, because this system can get pretty complicated. If you have implemented such a system, which is not an easy thing to do, it requires a lot of software adjuncts on top of the operator system, and then you have to filter out and then report this. This whole thing has to be reported back to the CIR system. And the CIR system has to talk to the GSMA system, which is keeping a central repository of all the IMEI numbers to check the validity of the new devices entering the system. So these are the loopholes that anybody can exploit in order to game the system. And therefore, the pairing of, which I mentioned in the beginning part of my discussion, the pairing of IMEI with IMSI is absolutely essential in order to create a foolproof system. If you have pairing and then if you slowly let this universe evaporate as these cloned devices get out of the system, then what will happen? You will be left with a universe of whitelist IMEI number. There will be no cloned IMEI number. That is where we should be heading, because our system that we have implemented, the Sanchar Saathi system, I don't think it actually has all the capabilities and the features to implement all these loopholes, to plug all these loopholes which I'm talking about. It might have, because I really have not seen, because when I was participating in this discussion long back, at that time these concerns were raised. Whether they have been able to resolve this concern, I am not too sure about it, but I think that they haven't, because there is no way to create a pairing between an IMEI number and an IMSI number, which is the fundamental way of making a foolproof system, right? That is not there yet. So in the end, I will not like to go further on this. What I would like to say is that you can go through my article, the article that I wrote, where everything has been explained, the history has been explained, the problems that I am discovering has been explained. See, this is not an issue about blocking stolen handset. There are multiple issues which we can resolve by creating a foolproof system, by adopting all these capabilities which I am talking about. What are those? You can ensure that your devices is pure, absolutely legal, so that whatever services that they are, advertising that they want, they can deliver, they are delivering, and there are no inefficiencies, so that the network can function with absolute level of efficiency, and there are no suboptimality in the network. Second is that it safeguards against intellectual property rights. Now, GSMA is the anchor organization for issuing IMEI numbers. Now, if suppose there is a manufacturer who doesn't want to go through the process of GSMA and is producing illegal handset, not paying royalty to the stakeholders, they can be identified and blocked from the system. And that's why this is another big problem. Advantage that if you have a foolproof system, an EIR, CIR system, which does everything, which doesn't allow anybody to enter the system, then you can achieve that. Then there is another thing. People are bringing handset from outside. Some people are basically smuggling handset, multiple of them, and they are not paying duty. Now, if you have a system of registering those devices, which we currently don't have, we have only a system of registering IMEI numbers for those importers who are importing handset for selling to the subscriber, not individuals. Now, when individuals are bringing handset from outside, they are basically circumventing custom duty. The government can set up a system to prevent these duty leakages. There are many people who are bringing handsets from outside, and if you set up a system of registration and don't allow those IMEI number to function in the network, then the government can basically make a lot of revenue, right? And there are various other things like cyber security, all these frauds that we are seeing in the market, where there is an element of, you can say that anonymity. People are being anonymous because KYC, right, is one level of safeguard. But if your device is anonymous, if it cannot be identified, whatever identity that is imposed on it is also become anonymous. So all these problems can be resolved by creating a foolproof system. So in the end, which I would like to say, the current system is only in the stage of maturing. And I believe that as we mature, these kind of functionality which I spoke about can be integrated, and we can leverage many of the benefits that an IMEI based system, detection system, clone detection system, a blocking system can deliver, right? So that's all, friend. I hope that you have understood. I will paste the link of the description, of this article in the description. And if you have any questions, let me know. I am really very happy to answer. Please put those questions in the comment section. And if you want me to make any video for any other topic, let me know. I will try my level best to bring that topic in as simple terms as possible without getting into technical jargons. So friends, thanks for listening till the end, and I will come back with a new video next time. Thank you very much.